Waigani, the heart of Papua New Guinea's government and a symbol of progress. But beneath this power lies crisis that is happening each and every day to the citizens that reside around this so-called hub of power. Lying in the shadow of Parliament sits this part of Port Moresby that is living a daily crisis of water cuts every single day. A far cry from being neighbors to the country's highest bodies of the legislature and its fellow arms of government in the Prime Minister and National Executive Council and the Supreme and National Courts of the country. A problem that is a norm that residents expect each and every day in the suburb that is now dubbed a rural village in the heart of the capital of Papua New Guinea. Residents in the suburb say despite the city's monopoly water utility supplier, Water PNG, providing rationing schedules and the optimistic assurance of good times to come in the 2025 year, nothing has pretty much changed.
We wake up in the morning and then this water issue started bothering us throughout the day, and it comes for a while and then it goes again, and it shows that the commitment to the government, again going back to the 50th anniversary, it's not constant and it's not helping us at all as Papua New Guineans.
During weekdays, the water cuts out at 6 p.m. and returns in the morning around 6 a.m. according to them.
It goes off in the night and comes on in the morning. Continuous. It's like every day, ever since the new year. It really affects us and it's unhealthy.
Almost having a feel of being in a prison, controlling access to a life-giving source of sustenance, no matter if one pays a bill or not. Everyone is a victim, whether you keep up with your meter or not.
We normally fetch water because we know that what time the water goes off and runs out and comes on again. So we normally fetch our water in the bucket or container.
The source of the problem, according to Water PNG, is one of damaged and aged equipment, alongside the flow of water for the capital city's only main source at its Mount Eriyama water treatment plant facility.
The big one, it's 90, so we basically shut off 60. So 60 is more, and so that means we are getting less 60 raw water coming in. We are producing what we are getting now to this food that's 520. We have to ration and control the water that's going to the city by shutting some areas in order to maintain our tank levels.
We had a gear plate that drives the main shaft. That main shaft is responsible for the mixing of the chemical. So it got worn out over time.
A far cry from the glorious plans for the SOE as the then entity of Edarano, as it was called, with its bought-operate transfer of facilities of the water treatment and distribution infrastructure in Port Moresby were built and operated in agreement with a Malaysian consortium, were finally transferred to Edarano after 24 years of concession periods. The most prominent facility under this arrangement is the Mount Eriyama water treatment plant. The transfer took place in 2019, some 6 years ago, after the end of that agreement took place in June of that year. The then Edarano expected an estimated 50 million in revenue to boost service delivery to some of its aging infrastructure. The then General Manager of Commercial Services saying when the arrangements were completed, that is, the prospect was looked forward to, with plans to improve aging infrastructure key to the agenda. However, as these plans were being devised, the state intervened to announce a merger of two of its water utilities to merge to form the one entity in Water PNG at current. Fast forward in 2025, the issues of 2019 are still being felt today, with the plant still not able to fully meet the needs of the growing city of Port Moresby 24/7.
We don't know storm enough water. Storm enough time where 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So, and water and by then water pass and water from the two and yeah. Because them no water no gone na come no time we'll give him no problem. Yes, for my sake, me got 4 pla picking in here. Wara mi pull up me na pull 4 pla. Plus me 8 and 5. So time me play sim dish la wara where me pull up him lemia. For the next past 4 to 5 hours, me pass around nothing here. Me have to find wara ken lo. Satisfy needs based on picking in here. So what a
Water
PNG no
cuts
give me the
filling
right
up one
timing.
after the other. One might think for rural villages of central and fringes of Port Moresby, but no. Those who can afford are cutting water up to their homes to fill the many tanks they keep to live their lives in a modern Port Moresby city.
Okay, what I pass then what I pass now, because I got Hadlo, Hadlo Shimlu, and like Abolana Lugil. I'm wasted in one must go to Roshim Hydro. That's the one of the big problem. Now beginning to stop me in the manner clinic. So what I'm the thing will be must run over that time. I must think of some time no kind of some settlement and maybe stand low. As like that. Sababaria. Maybe that's the problem, you know, the family like what I must go all the time. I must go.
I think as Papua New Guinea is heading into the 50th independence anniversary is coming up this year. It's sad that we're still experiencing these continuous water issues. Going forward, I believe it's a must, or as we heading into this anniversary, it's a special occasion. PNG government should look at fixing these issues. Going forward.
50 years on, the need of bill-paying residents in Port Moresby are being left to the wayside. Nothing has really much changed. For the people of Waigani, it is about resilience as they cope with the right to service. They will eventually overcome this challenge, but sadly adapting to it seems the only solution for now. It requires a collective effort from the owner in government and Water PNG that provides this essential service. But with a service provider that continues to turn off taps days upon days, the future looks dry under the shadow of the powerful in Waigani, a stone throw away yet so far from its neighborhood where the real taxpayer lives.